Yo, what's going on YouTube? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about what I wish I knew when I first started lifting as a natural lifter. All right, you know, I always wanted to just go for aesthetics. I never wanted to look like the big Ronnie Coleman dude or all the jacked little. I just want to look good with my shirt off. So this is exactly what I wish I knew back in the day, and hopefully you guys get some value. So hope you enjoy the video. Let's get it. Right now I got my breakfast because like I'm 9 weeks out from my show, or not 9 weeks, 9 days out from my show. So right now it's just locking in, getting everything, you know, with nutrition. I got 5 ounces of egg whites. I've got, you can see it from here. I've got 5 ounces of egg whites. I got 2 turkey bacons, and I got half a cup of oatmeal. Very dry, very boring, same thing every day. I get made fun of, but I don't care because I look good. That's the whole point of it. So obviously you do not need to eat like this to get results, but for my show, this is how I'm just following my coach's meal plan. So without further ado, we about to go to the gym right now, train, and I'm gonna get into the rest of the tips later in the video. We're gonna get into the first tip, which is basically genetics and muscle insertion. So the first thing I wish I knew when I started lifting was genetics. So basically I have very good genetics, which is why I have part of the reason why my results look a lot different than most people, right? So for you other people out there, know that you can't look exactly like someone else because we all have different body types. We all have different genetics. And so like right now, if you're like, oh, I want to look like Steve Bumstead, bro, his genetics are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Me, if you want to look like me, my genetics are even different too. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is muscle insertions, bro. So when I get a pump, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. My bicep peak isn't that good, but if you look at someone else, it's crazy. Why? We have different muscle insertions, which is basically where even my quads, right? Legs too. Not everyone can have legs that will have the specific lines. Like you can get lean enough to see the cuts, but the way it looks, everything like that can be different. Calves are I don't got no calves, you know, but that is genetics. So that's the first thing, is know that you can train as hard as you want, but genetics play a big role. So all right guys, so number 2 is basically training. So the first thing we want to know is that I never max out. I never do any of those things. Don't know my 1 rep max, don't know my deadlift squat. I come in and I'll do a 2 to 3 rep max, that's all I'll do. But one thing you guys need to know is mind muscle connection is very, very important when it comes to training, right? So what is a mind muscle connection and how do you get it? So the first thing you want to know is basically when you're feeling that muscle, when you're doing a rep, if you see yourself and you can envision that muscle being worked, like I'm doing chest, if you can envision and see yourself, right? Think about your chest the whole time. Now when you're like, Yash, bro, every time I try bench press, I never feel my chest. Do this. Let's say, choose an exercise that you can feel the muscle group the best, right? For me, on chest day, that's gonna be flies. So I'll come before my workout starts, called a pre-exhaustion. I'll come here and I'll do two sets, really light, 15 to 20 reps. Come in here, boom, boom, and I'll just do like, burn them out. That way when I go into the chest press or whatever, my chest is activated, the pump is there, right? So that's number 2, is make sure you have a great mind muscle connection, all right? Number 3 is basically the pump, all right? Everybody talks about the pump on TikTok, but what is really the pump? All right, so right now I have a pump, all right? Look at my veins, everything is out, all right? Everything is pumped up. You can see the veins, blood is flowing. How do you get this? Everybody can achieve it. Obviously you need to be at a certain body fat, but basically your workout before you go to the gym is the most important thing, all right? So get a good workout or a meal in 30 to 60 minutes before you get in the gym, all right? And also sodium plays a huge role, because listen, like you can do like what I used to do when I'm doing a show now, so I have a meal plan, but I would do bagels and like cream cheese, because you know bagels are a really good meal to get in there, carbs. You got the sodium too. I would do that and then come to the gym. So with that right there, like those 2 things are really gonna help you, as well as your water. So drink tons of water throughout the day before, the day after, because it makes a huge difference. So that's number 3. We're gonna go into number 4 in a little bit. Another thing you can do is optional, but me, I'm comfortable in the gym and I really just come in and I do me, don't really care. but you can pose. Posing actually does help mind muscle connection, because think about it, if you do lateral raises, you work your shoulder, right? Now let's say you do that exercise and then you go again and you just pose, right? You hold right here. If I do this, a little bit of this, posing those delts, it's like making the muscle work 10 times harder, and then you rest, bro. It's a game changer, bro, because then you're squeezing the muscle, focusing on that muscle, and now your mind muscle connection is getting way better. You're thinking about the muscle the whole time. So third or fourth tip, I don't know where we're at, but third or fourth tip, guys, is your reps and knowing how many you're doing. So the mistake I made was coming in the gym and just not having a plan, just going in, I'm gonna do whatever feels good, right? And that is very cool if you're like me, who's advanced, because I know how to train till failure, how to leave 2 reps in the tank. But if you're not at that level and you want to build muscle, you should have a plan where you're, okay, today I'm doing 3 sets of 12, right? And the 3 sets of 12, I'm gonna have to increase each weight, and each week I'm trying to get better and better and better and beat that last week. You see what I'm saying? And if you do that, that's gonna help you put on size the most, instead of just coming in, oh, hey, like I'm Iyaji back in the day, like, oh, I'm just gonna do these, and you're never gonna know if you're getting better because you're doing the same weight, you're guessing. Don't guess, all right? That's what I would recommend. The last tip I have for you guys for today is compound exercises. Guys, don't be like me, where I think that, oh, I gotta do 10 exercises today. I gotta do barbell bench, I gotta do hip thrust, I gotta do pressing, I gotta do this, I gotta do triceps, I gotta do the TikToks exercise. Guys, I only do 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group, guys, and this is how I look. Obviously, there's other factors too, but just choose 2 to 3 exercises, guys, each muscle group. Do 2 compounds and do 1 accessory. An accessory is something like this. We're doing bicep curls. That's an accessory where it only hits the bicep. Shoulder press is a multi-joint movement where it hits the delt, you hit the tricep. It's just, you're getting a 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's all the tips I have for you guys. And remember, this is my opinion. All right, based off of my training as a NASM certified trainer and the experience I've had, this is what works for me, and just I'm giving you guys whatever. So if you don't agree with this, let me know down below. But if that's all I gotta say. So we're gonna sign up out of here, wrap with the video. If you got value, if you enjoyed it, if you got value, let me know down below, and we'll see you next time.